Bittensor family, it's Jeremy aka School of Crypto, bringing you another Bittensor video here today on a Tuesday. So I just came out with a tweet comparing Bittensor to Kaggle, which is a data scientist competition that's been around for about 15 years. So all the top data scientists gather up and they basically compete and different types of competitions involved with using various methods like machine learning techniques, GPU techniques. Just a couple examples here that I have. Basically, there was one competition where they're trying to predict podcast listening, and they basically use some interesting kind of GPU modeling techniques in order to predict the best listening time for podcasts listeners. So that was one. There was a bird sound competition where they basically, the first place winner came out with a data cleaning technique in order to kind of reduce the noise and then label the birds efficiently in terms of what species they were and whatnot. So that was kind of a technique that they used there. And then there was another competition where they were trying to predict the best fertilizer for certain climates and certain plants, like in certain areas. So another, the first place team basically, used another kind of GPU accelerated model in order to basically have the most tests, and they came out with the best output based on just how many things that they could actually test out. So like I kind of looked into that, and I basically came to the conclusion that Bittensor is kind of the Kaggle on steroids, if you will, because ultimately, instead of having people kind of go into like a one-time competition, you have miners, which are data scientists, which are machine learning model experts, which are, developers and all sorts of expertises that are competing every single day for a top prize. Some are winner take all, like Ridges, like Autotopia. Both those AI coding agent type of projects. But basically, you have miners that continually have to raise the bar in order to earn rewards and earn part of those miner emissions. So just a couple examples, like speaking of Ridges, they came out in May, and a few months later, they had the best benchmark on the SWE benchmark out of any model using open source at 73.6%. And as they said in their article in September, they're a stone throws away from Claude Code, which is like the standard in like the AI coding space. So that's super exciting. You have Gradients, who comes out, who basically produces an auto ML or automated machine learning product, which basically, makes, machine learning a lot more efficient, better performance. So they came out with a paper recently, I think it was yesterday, and they claim that they have about 12 to 40% better performance and a lot cheaper of a rate than all their competitors. So that's another platform that's already kind of beaten the industry standard. You have Templar, which is a pre-training AI model project that was about maybe like a week or two ago. They came out with a report that their foundational model, Covenant, actually outperformed Meta's Llama model while only using about a quarter or a fifth of the tokens. So that's like a huge feat, just like in the decentralized model space, and being able to outperform a model as good as Meta's is quite amazing. And then you have IOTA, another AI modeling subnet. They built the world's best implementation of parallelism. So basically, you have all this data that you need to consume, and the art of parallelism is to break up data into smaller chunks, and then you're able to process all the information a lot quicker, so you're able to perform a lot better. So in terms of being able to train models, executing in a faster pace and a more efficient pace, that's that's like a very world-class type of accomplishment on their behalf. So basically, I just thought that with Bittensor, 128 subnets, all working on maybe slightly different things, both AI and non-AI related, is basically the Kaggle on steroids. Because you don't have people that are just kind of showing up to one competition that's like once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year. Like in Kaggle's example, you have miners performing every single day that are trying to get the best results, and ultimately to win rewards. And in turn, you have these projects that are getting better and better products based on this productivity flywheel that exists within the Bittensor ecosystem. So the motivation's there for the miners to continue to do a better job, and then you basically get the output of a better AI coding agent model like for Ridges, or a better pre-training model like for Templar, or a better auto ML platform like for Gradient. So the bar keeps raising. It's not going to stop, and I personally think that you're going to have the best state-of-the-art AI services and products, and non-AI products in the market sooner rather than later, because you're going to have a bunch of developers and coders and AI engineers out there that are seeing these results. And then not to mention how much money these guys are making. Like for Ridges, the top prize, which is a winner take all, is about $65,000 a day. So and then you have other projects that people are making 5 figures, high 4 figures a day. So this is very lucrative if you're really good at your craft, and you're a top developer that may not have been recruited by Meta or some of these big conglomerates, and didn't have the necessary resume or didn't have the necessary connections. I mean, you can be making a lot just based off of your skills alone. So so I think that in terms of Bittensor, is the new Kaggle, is the better and more improved Kaggle. It's the Kaggle on steroids, and there's nothing stopping this train. It's going to keep going, and we're going to see better and better results, more and more accomplishments, and that's going to lead to Bittensor being the top incentivization AI and non-AI innovation platform on the world. So that's all I got for you today. What do you guys think? Anything stand out in terms of that theme of Bittensor being the new Kaggle? Let me know down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.